My name's Don Heinz, and I've just written a book about Christmas. What? Another book when there are hundreds and hundreds of books already out? This is why. For me, the festival of Christmas is one of the great traditions of Western civilization. I think that its annual celebration, going back 2,000 years, has laid down rich deposits in Western culture. But the question in the modern age is how much of that gold is still left if you go looking for it. I often think about the monument to Christopher Wren in St. Paul's Cathedral in London. He was the architect who designed it. It says on his tombstone, "If you seek his monument, look around." That's the point of my book. To look around at all that has been and is Christmas. Beyond the winter holiday, beyond the sacrament of consumerism, beyond a kind of national holiday far more successful than July 4th, beyond the thing that everybody loves, whether they're religious or secular, beyond the rituals you almost have to participate in, even if you're not Christian. Beyond all that, I set out to give a full accounting of Christmas, of the festival, of the whole story. In the academic world, this would be called a multidisciplinary approach. Religious studies scholars like me are accustomed to trafficking in the social sciences, and so I've done that in this book as well. First of all, let me mention the so-called sociological imagination, beloved in introductions to sociology. This looks at lived religion, not simply as theological systems or worlds of ideas, but the way, as I say in the book, God actually gets channeled on the ground. In anthropology, there is a fascination with ritual and with the historic connections between religion and theater. And a particularly telling idea in anthropology is the notion that if you look at great cultural performances, you can find genuine overlooked clues to culture and social systems. I fancy in this book that Christianity's charter is the annual performance of Christmas, performed by the church, which I freely admit is a motley crew, in the church as its festival house, and coached by theologians who could be called dramaturges, how to stage ever new and more convincing developments in the play, how to find new audiences. But another dimension of the great cultural performances tradition in anthropology is the notion that beneath these great public rituals, there run deep dramas of the currents in society. There's the rub. Global capitalism is burying this historic religious festival, and as critiques of capitalism often argue, the commodification of every possible cultural good proceeds apace. As much as these social science angles illuminate the festival of Christmas, we still haven't gotten to what is irreducibly religious. Crucial to the discipline of religious studies is the notion that beyond the footprints left by sociology and anthropology and economics and kitsch, there still lies something irreducibly religious. And so my book takes Christmas, as few do, seriously as a religious event. The subtitle is Festival of Incarnation. It's the religious and cultural elaboration of Christianity's most important idea. Originally, my subtitle was The Risk of Incarnation, which I thought had more drama in it. How odd of God to spin divinity into every matter. What if it doesn't work out? What if this religious idea exceeds the carrying capacity of material? So many people over the centuries, not just Puritans, have arisen to push God back into the envelope. Say no. Don't take that big a risk on matter when you could revert to the golden age of spirituality. With no plan B, how can we be sure that holiday will not eclipse eventually holy day? Yet many of us, including me, think all of it can be baptized. It's all good. All the material in which divinity has spun itself is worth celebrating. If that intrigues you, buy the book. Check out the argument.